eli5 How does Red Bull, not a cars manufacturer, dominate in F1 against other car manufacturing companies, e.g. Mercedes, Ferrari, etc.? Road car manufacturing has about as much to do with F1 and drinks manufacturing does. F1 teams have virtually zero interaction with their parent companies. Mercedes' F1 team is not actually Mercedes as you'd think. They are a British company in Brackley, England that has been around since 1958 and was called Tyrrell. It changed names a few times before Mercedes bought in and took over naming rights. Mercedes owns less than 50 of the team, Toto Wolff owns 30, and other investors own the remaining 21-ish. Formula One race cars share very little with production cars designed for the road, so the engineering knowledge that automotive manufacturers have doesn't translate to designing a purpose-built race car. That being said, Red Bull Racing has hired some of the best race car engineers, particularly Adrian Newey, who is arguably the best race car designer ever. Red Bull has also signed two of the best drivers in the last decade, Sebastian Vettel, Max Verstappen, while they were still teenagers. Simple answer: lots of money. Red Bull uses engines made by real car manufacturers, Honda since 2019, Renault before that, so most of the complexity is outsourced. They hire the best engineers, chassis designers, managers, drivers etc. from other teams over the years. The sport is a form of advertising for them, and they don't care about making a profit, so they can afford to spend the money. They have the best car designer. They got away with breaking the cost cap. The FIA is behind them 100 and won't allow any decision or rule changes to be made against them. Racist stewards, who have previously described Red Bull's driver as a great white hope. And they pretty much emptied out the other team's engines departments at a time when that hiring was not covered by any cost cap. Why are people saying lots of money? First of all, you're comparing them to Mercedes, Ferrari, Aston Martin, where money was never an issue. Second, there is a spending cap of 144 million, which, to be fair, Red Bull crossed last year by a bit. Their engineering and leadership teams are simply that much better than the competition at the moment. Aero department this year is incredible. Other than Ferrari and McLaren, the car manufacturers in F1 are just owners or sponsors of F1 teams. They all bought an existing racing car company and put their name on it, the same as Red Bull, who actually purchased their team from Ford. Ferrari and McLaren are different because they were founded as racing teams who then later decided to start making road cars. F1 engineers are a category of their own. Street cars manufacturing is not really a relevant background. If anything, it's the other way around. F1 technology is sometimes adapted to street cars. They are allowed to carry a seasons-long development advantage, having broken the cost cap by millions. Oh, also they were gifted the 2021 season in Abu Dhabi. TLDR, they are allowed to cheat. 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember their name. Adrian Newey. Money and lots of it. Selling a product for $1.50 that costs them maybe 20 cents to deliver to the market. Small package reduces per item's shipping costs to very minimal. Not real numbers, mostly because F1 has absolutely no real road relevance, so top tier engineers don't need a car company to build a good car. Having the current best driver on the grid also helps. Red Bull is a marketing company, not a beverage company in the first place. Also, they are privately owned, so they don't need to maximize shareholder value, aka dividends. What blows my mind is that they have two teams. They must have some serious money to have such a great team at the top and still fund Alpha Tauri. Totally said it before and we will say it again: well, change your car. You've got a problem. Change your car. They have lots of money and they have had Adrian Newey for the last 15 years designing their cars. They have a man named Adrian Newey on the team. He is a wizard when it comes to designing F1 cars.